Welcome back. Some Muslim groups are complaining that Western Union, the money transferring agency, is discriminating against people with Islamic-sounding names. Like the airlines, Western Union uses a version of the government's terrorism watch list, and it denies services to people it believes might be connected to terror cells. Is this a necessary evil to keep America safe, or is it financial profiling, or is it both? Here to tell us, Air America radio host Rachel Maddow, our old pal. Rachel, welcome. Of course it's both. They haven't caught anybody yet doing this. On the other hand, Western Union was used by Muhammad Atta twice. You can see why they would be paranoid. It is evil. It's a necessary evil.
But what's the Muhammad Atta story really about, though, Tucker? This idea that Muhammad Atta used Western Union twice before he hijacked that plane. Would stopping him from using Western Union, from sending money to his relatives, have stopped him from hijacking the plane? No.
Stopping the flow of money to Muhammad Atta and the 18 other hijackers would, of course, right.
But in this case, what's happened? He was sending money out, and that was what we know that he's used. So would that have stopped him? No, it wouldn't have. I mean,
but the point is that we know for a fact that terrorists have used Western Union. They use money wires.
Sure, terrorists have also used public payphones and bathrooms. But the question is what you're actually getting from stopping them from using these things. I mean, they would have us believe that they have this international high-tech spy monitoring system looking at all the international financial transactions and following those money transfers to track the terrorists and do all these things. You'd have them think they have this incredible strategy. Then it turns out the way it actually works is that nobody named Muhammad can use Western Union.
Well, no, but I mean that's not true. I mean, there are probably 100 million people in this world called Muhammad, and a lot of them use Western Union. And in fact, this is not the government; this is Western Union itself,
using the Treasury's guidelines that say anybody who has a name similar to one of these 700 people named Muhammad can't use Western Union.
No, it's not can't use. It's about 1% of transactions are screened, are looked at. Sometimes there is a delay of hours. Occasionally, the transaction is blocked. But the point is, they're paying attention, which is, I think, important because there are a lot of bad guys who are, in fact, Muslims, who, in fact, have Muslim names, like Muhammad, who are, in fact, trying to kill us.
Okay, if you want to say that the fact that there are bad guys means that we should do a whole lot of irrational things that doesn't stop bad guys from doing bad things, then that's kind of, you're getting into a situation where you can justify anything.
Well, I agree with that, but then why doesn't the left ever give us any examples of things we ought to be doing that pertain to specifically radical Muslims? There's this kind of pretending that, oh, the terror threat comes from I don't know who. No, it comes from Muslims, and don't you think we ought to be focusing our efforts on looking at radical Muslims?
You know, I have an idea.
Yeah.
We could try to catch Osama bin Laden. Maybe we can keep that CIA office open that was looking for him.
On this show yesterday, I was complaining about that. It's inexplicable. It's unbelievable. It's outrageous. But don't you think the left refuses to call the terror threat what it is? It's a religious terror threat from a religious extremist, and they're Muslim religious extremists.
Tucker, I understand that in trying to track terror networks and trying to track these people, there's going to be some privacy questions raised. There's going to be trade-offs that have to be made. But when those trade-offs are made, actually trade me something. Privacy rights and fairness matter.
No, I agree.
They matter in terms of anger.
Trust me,
so
I agree with that.
So when you have to give those things away, do it for something that actually gets you something. Literally prohibiting men named Muhammad and Ahmed from using Western Union, what that does is it drives them into the whole separate Middle Eastern halal money system, which we don't monitor at all. It gives us nothing in terms of security, and we trade away our rights and fairness in return and get a lot of anger for that. It's a bad deal.
Well, we don't have a right to use Western Union. Western Union is I mean, you know, that's not a right.
No, but racial profiling does violate rights.
It can. In this case, it doesn't violate any rights, but it may be dumb, and that actually is a serious argument. Is it effective? Is it ineffective? I guess I would just like to see the left, maybe America in general, the right too, take terror more seriously and name our adversary. Let's just call it what it is.
Name our adversaries and actually start talking about doing stuff that really makes a difference toward making us safe rather than chasing boogeymen all the time and using it to do all this anti-privacy, anti-civil rights stuff they've wanted to get away with forever.
Yeah, like build a wall on our southern and northern borders. That's exactly right. Ha! Rachel, and I know I've won you over on that. Rachel Maddow.
Every night I die a little bit.
Yes, I know you do. A little death. And every night I become stronger as I absorb you, Rachel. Thank you, Rachel.
You're terrifying.
And you are terrific. We are really happy to have you here. Thank you. Still to come, Sony's